always an incredibly strong and volatile player.
From what I've heard from Elliana players is that this matchup can actually be much closer to even than some would think.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, every matchup that Elliana has gets into Elliana tier once you get above a certain strength in terms of punish game, right? Where, you know, Elliana Ori for a long time was considered very Ori favored. Nowadays is considered either even or Elliana favored, just because Elliana players realize, oh, Ori's light and a fast faller. We can kill Ori literally at 0, right? So it's just a matter of whether or not Bookworm's punish game is on point enough, but hoppyKnitz gonna be able to make use of Maypul's ground speed to full extent and take out that first stock.
Hoppy just seeming to scare Bookworm with their presence on stage here into all these panic options.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you're playing against hoppyKnitz Maypul, you are scared.
Yeah, I mean, if Hoppy gets into your head, right, it's so difficult to get your footing back on track. And hoppyKnitz, with the reverse bear of all things, going to be able to start up a wrap combo, and just like that, gets that stock, actually going to drop it. Hold on. Bookworm, another lease of life. Alright, another lease of life for Bookworm. That steam cloud was so brilliant. I mean, I'm not sure if it was luck or if it was intended, but Bookworm going to be able to survive and take that stock in return. 172% on the Elliana, but Elliana can bring this back so fast, even a full stock down. I mean, it's a real big question, right? You know, what is it that Bookworm needs in order to get back into this, though?
I'm unsure. I mean, Hoppy just seems to be so in her head right now.
Yeah, I mean, either
and
way,
with
we
strong
got the tether.
conversions right back until that. And Hoppy still wins that game.
Oh my lord. It's been so many years.
This is a tournament.
This is a tournament. It's been so many years that I am, like, almost certain that nobody knows what I mean when I say a Schroeder edgeguard. But, like, man, that was a Schroeder edgeguard.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what a Schroeder edgeguard is when you lose your stock in the middle of your edgeguard and don't actually complete the edgeguard until coming off of the spawn platform, because your opponent's still in disadvantage state, and you kill yourself in that middle of that edgeguard because you know that you can seal it out when you're on stage, but you don't have the resources for it just yet. It was something that Schroeder would do a lot on Rano, but either way, Bookworm looking to seal out the first stock of this game as a complete and total turnaround from what we've seen on the last game. Oh, and the missile up air. Gonna be able to take out stock number 1, and hoppyKnitz now on the back foot. Bookworm gonna be able to show us exactly, you know, what that Elliana can do.
Yeah, as you said, Bookworm is a very volatile player, and Hoppy certainly is in her head, but counting Bookworm out at this stage would be quite unwarranted, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, only time will
it could
tell.
be as few as 3 neutral wins to take out Hoppy here, just like that.
Oh dear lord, that was some rough DI coming out from Hoppy, but either way, Bookworm gonna be able to put Hoppy in such a rough position. Still no resources, only now finally being able to put their feet on solid ground, and Bookworm
Hoppy just losing their stock there.
DIing out to the side, and hoppyKnitz with the tether, not going to get the tether back to the center stage. Bookworm going to be able to take that one right back in dominating fashion. And just like that, Bookworm going to be able to hand Hoppy their first loss on this Maypul in this entire top 8 so far. Either way, you know, hoppyKnitz just going to be completely unfazed, going to continue to stick with the Maypul, as Bookworm now not able to even touch this rat. I mean, it is a question, right? You know, what even is Maypul?
I mean, there's also the question, what are Olympia and Palm? Which one of them is the rat? Which one of them is the mouse? Are they both rats? Are they both mice? We'll never know.
I mean, Palm's ears are too big to... No, that's not how that works. I would say Palm's a mouse. I don't know, but either way...
We'll never know, Ansai. We'll never know.
We may never know, but either way, we may never know.
But Bookworm will know where Hoppy's going after that punish. Straight to the blast zone.
Yeah, I mean, we may never know who's going to be ending up coming out on top in this set because both of these players so volatile, so strong, going to be able to just, off of the smallest advantages, going to be able to take everything right back. You see the tiniest bit of weakness come out from hoppyKnitz, and Bookworm already looking to take the entire stock from it. You know, there's the saying, you give an inch, they'll take a mile. And Bookworm seems to be taking a mile regardless of whether or not Hoppy's given her any windows. Either way, this Elliana is so ridiculously volatile, going to be able to take that stock while Hoppy had full control for so long.
I love that up special because it was dual purpose. It also took Reina out of... It also took Bookworm out of overheat and neutral, which is a pretty bad position to have it. So even if that whiffs, she's still had better positioning.
Oh my lord. I mean...
Hoppy's just not gonna let us finish sentences here.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bare one hit fall into jump cancel up strong on the platform. Which, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that, but either way, yo, Bookworm not gonna let Hoppy see the light of day if this continues the way that it's going. One beautiful parry coming out from Bookworm, not going to be able to seal it out though, as hoppyKnitz with the double down strong actually going to be able to take that stock. Oh boy. That was so ridiculously close.
Alright, so we're going into game 4 here. Same stage, actually.
Game 4, same stage. You know, I mean... It was honestly working out for Bookworm quite a bit, right? This is a relatively strong Maypul stage, but Elliana covers so much on these platforms with her large aerials. And unfortunately for hoppyKnitz, gets a fast fall dare instead of another fair.
Hoppy with the movement rate out of wrap, able to re-wrap there. As we've been saying, unorthodox, oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I mean, no, go on, but, you know, either way. Bookworm not gonna let us finish regardless.
Neither of these players are gonna let us finish our sentences.
Yeah. I mean, only thing that they're going to be letting anyone finish is them finishing their opponent's stock right now. Is, you know, Bookworm just racking up so much damage, triple down tilt combo coming on out, and just like that, hoppyKnitz now at a potential kill percent if Bookworm can land an overheat up tilt. I'm just looking at the chat right now. I see Hex saying Anti's friends with Hoppy. Lol. Man, I'm friends with the whole Rivals community. This is the Rivals community. Everyone knows everyone. Either way, Bookworm taking that down strong straight off to the side. I did not expect down strong 1 of all things to actually connect, but the Hurtbox extension from the down tilt going to be able to do it. As Bookworm looking to take stock number 2 in dominating fashion. Either way, hoppyKnitz coming alive, still not looking to go out like this. Oh, baby. Now,
you hate to see it if you're anyone but Hoppy.
I mean, the thing is, okay, so re-wraps, right, are not true in a majority of circumstances. If it's seed into down strong, into seed, into down strong, you have 3 frames of actionability, which means that you can parry, you can jump, or you can't actually roll because roll comes out on frame 5, by the way. So you have 2 options, but either way, hoppyKnitz with that up air only gives Bookworm 1 option, and that option is death. And right now, looking to take Bookworm's final stock on loser's side here. Not going to be able to do it just yet, though, as Bookworm still just looking for that
whiffing an overheat up strong. Really bad position for Elliana here. This might be the game right here if Bookworm can't find a way out of this situation.
beautiful jab coming out from Bookworm, not going to be able to get back on stage where she wanted to be, but just like that, Hoppy tether fair, double fair, not going to be able to get the stock though. No big punish though. All right, with that up, he's going to be able to sneak back on stage. Tether fair, not going to connect. All right, this one back air coming out from Bookworm. Hoppy stuck in the steam and stuck in the blast zone as Bookworm bring it to a game 5. And just like that, game 5, are we going to see any changes? Who knows?
We're not going to see Merchant Port again because that stage is DSR'd by both players now.
Perhaps, perhaps.
So we're going to see Fire Capital.
Yeah, either way, Fire Capital, a very large stage, a very neutral heavy stage, one that Hoppy enjoys quite a bit. But you know, Bookworm, not a stranger to this stage in the slightest, right? It doesn't matter how big the stage is. As long as you get that up tilt, you can force your opponent into a terrible, terrible position as the Elliana. Now, I was mentioning earlier, right, you know, these rewrap combos are not true in most situations. The only situation that it is true is when Lily gets involved, because Lilia does not have a timer for when you can get rewrapped. But either way, hoppyKnitz going to be able to take that stock number 1 in dominating fashion, only taking 62% for it. But either way, that seems to be all that's needed for Bookworm to get another stock in response. I don't know, like, you want to take bets on who's coming out on top? Because I have no clue right now.
Run a stream pull.
Oh boy. Oh, I have the power. But, you know, either way, the real big question is, you know, who really is going to end up coming out on top? hoppyKnitz has been taking a lot of damage from Bookworm, but a single back air and a single overheat could mean that Bookworm is now the one in the rough position. Lily's still available for hoppyKnitz, using those seeds to keep it active for as long as possible. But I don't know, like, Hoppy's been clawing their way back into this. Madeline, if, like, for the Elliana, what exactly is it that she needs in order to get back, in order to actually seal out this stock? Because seemingly all happen.
I'm not particularly familiar with Elliana, but I believe what Bookworm really needs to do here is pick the correct option on those rewraps, like, because like you said, they aren't true, and they've been accounting for a lot of her damage here.
Yeah, I mean,
Hoppy just taking that stock. Up in Raw finally working out for them with Bookworm in that disadvantaged position. Oh.
Yeah, definitely a rough position to find yourself in, but either way, you know, Bookworm now at last stock, and Hoppy also sitting at last stock. Anyone's game right now. Beautiful parry on that mine, meaning that Hoppy has full control over the stock for now, but Lilia not actually being planted means that Bookworm has a bit more time to survive.
All gonna come down to that. Yup. Hoppy takes the set just like that.
Yeah, and just like that.
Real nail biter, honestly.
The Maypul doing mad work, and I don't know, like, that charge down strong did absolute wonders for hoppyKnitz there. I still think my favorite Hoppy quote is their